let us all do we can to build a better future.
But with that being said, let's hand it over now to
Oh,
the
yeah.
wonderful Kira.
Ah.
You got a story for the
I'm
people.
never ready, I feel like. Okay.
What is going on? Where are you going with this story?
Where am I going with this story? I don't know. I forgot. Okay, so marijuana legalization. I wanted to talk about some really good news and not really tied to the presidential election.
Are you weeding out all the bad stories in this one?
What's that?
Are you weeding out all the bad stories?
But so voters in 5 different states approved ballot measures to relax marijuana laws yesterday, continuing a trend of liberalizing cannabis regulation around the country. Get excited. So there were ballot initiatives in Arizona, Montana, New Jersey, Mississippi, and South Dakota that sought to legalize recreational marijuana by use for adults. Arizonans approved their ballot measure 60% to 40%. New Jerseyans 67% to 33%. So these are like massive victories for marijuana legalization if you listen to these numbers. Montanans approved recreational cannabis for 57 to 43. In South Dakota, voters amended their state constitution to allow legal recreational cannabis use 53 to 47. And approved medical marijuana 69 to 31. And then Mississippians faced a 2-part choice. They voted in favor of authorizing medical marijuana 68 to 32. And in favor of a second measure allowing wide use of medical cannabis 74 to 26. Massive.
Wow.
So in all cases, state lawmakers must complete the process by establishing a system for providing access to legal marijuana. Now, one of the things that caught my attention almost instantly, and I'm sure for y'all as well, is that, in my mind, I feel like legalization of marijuana and all drugs, basically, is a very progressive platform or libertarian platform, right?
I think it's something a lot of people can agree with.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's take a look at these 5 states and see the red-blue breakdown in yesterday's election as well. So out of the 5, 2 have voted blue, Arizona and Jersey, and then 3 of the 5 voted red, and deeply red.
Yeah.
South Dakota, 64 to 33, voted Trump. Montana, 56 to 41, voted Trump. And Mississippi, 59 to 39, voted Trump. Yet landslides in recreational marijuana usage. And I think this is really important to point out because we know, okay, so politicians are getting a little bit more lax about this idea of marijuana legalization, but it's been like pulling teeth over the last however long I've been paying attention to this topic, probably since 2003 or 2004. Yeah.
And is that DE agents pulling our teeth or just some other metaphor?
It felt like it.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to point out that breakdown because I see so many opportunities and so many missed opportunities by the quote unquote more liberal party.
Right.
And they just lose the American public on everything.
Well, here's my opinion on this. And again, everyone has their different points of view on this. I feel that prohibition and the war on drugs is a waste of resources and time. We are right now dealing with an opioid crisis that is impacting every single demographic in this country. We have seen it firsthand. The whole idea of cannabis legalization, and Al Griezak, I'm going to steal this from you, cannabis is a populist, not partisan issue. This is something that progressives, libertarians, conservatives, liberals can all agree with.
Not my mom, though.
Yeah. But the thing is, we are seeing a shift towards it because what does the war on drugs have done? It has helped out earn profits for the prison industrial complex. The war on drugs has caused numerous civil wars and gang wars outside the United States in areas like Central America and South America. We have seen firsthand just how devastating this opioid crisis is. And we now really, people are starting to see that we need to really start looking at how this war on drugs has impacted us and how it's severely scarred us as a nation. We are seeing the consequences and repercussions of both Democratic and Republican lawmakers implementing these harsh crime policy laws, implementing this war on drugs, and how it's devastated so many communities across this country, white, black, Latino, Native American, so much. It has to end. This is a populist issue. Legalize it all. The rest of the world is legalizing it. Other countries have programs to help their addicts get off the addiction of heroin, cocaine, and so much more. Guess what's helping them? Cannabis. Because the rest of the world is starting to legalize cannabis, decriminalize cannabis. We need to have this conversation. And just before I hand it over to Daniel and then give it to Kira for the final word, look, my grandfather, 94 years old, he lived through Prohibition. He's seen a lot. But as a kid, you know, he told me of a time when at the local pharmacy stores, you could pick up heroin, marijuana, cocaine, so much more. It was right there. You could buy, it was legal here in this country then. Did the whole world fall apart then? No. And look what's happening right now. We have an opioid crisis that is supported legally by the pharmaceutical industry and by our politicians. And pushed by our politicians, both Democrat and Republican. You're not angry? You're not mad? See, okay, Trump may have won Montana and Mississippi, but these states have also supported the legalization of cannabis, supporting it for medical use too. Is it such a foreign concept that maybe, I don't know, controversial statement in 3, 2, 1, maybe us Americans have more in common than our media likes to really say?
Bingo.
Yeah.
Bingo.
I mean, could we also say that maybe a lot of people are getting a little more open-minded?
There we go.
I think that as much as the internet is sort of like a mess like Twitter, and there's all these specific little hidey holes that people can go to be extreme, it's really opened up people's minds to different ideas in a way that would have never happened with television. Like, I want to ask everyone in chat, if there was no internet, would 5 states have just legalized in this election?
Probably not. I don't think so.
You know, it's interesting. I've been wanting to do a public debate with my sister because I keep saying the internet is going to save us, and she is like vehemently disagrees with me on that.
If you guys want to see
the Battle of the Elliots?
Battle of the Elliott sisters. Well, the sisters formerly known as
we could make a debate. I would love to get back to a position where we could do like special events like that.
Yeah, it'd be
really
a lot
cool.
of fun. I mean, we were drunk the last time we talked about it, and we got in a massive fight.
Oh man.
So maybe we don't drink
Oh
during
man, you know
but-
what we do? We have a little rule in the debate that if everything's getting too cool, too hot, we just put on cat videos from the internet, and
Yeah.
then a news report from TV and see which one comes everyone down
And
more.
well, and that's the hard part of having sisters debate, you know, because we'll go for the jugular right away.
Oh,
Hey.
There's no decorum there. But yeah,
Don't tell me you guys wouldn't want to see that.
Are you kidding me? You know what? Here's the thing. Hold on. That debate will probably be more formal and more polite than what we saw with Trump and Biden. So
well,
there
and
we go.
more informed,
Yeah.
and you know all of the things. And okay, so I also wanted to point out that Oregon, I don't know if that's how you say it.
No, I like Oregon. If you're from Oregon and you don't like it, eat a
Hold on.
dick. This
Wait.
is awesome.
Oregonians.
Wait, hold on. If you are from Oregon, please tell us the correct
Yeah,
way
and
to
by
say
the
it.
way, it's okay if I say eat a dick because you guys have all the drugs decriminalized now, so you don't get to complain.
Yes, they voted
wait.
59 to 41 to decriminalize possession of all controlled substances for personal use, including drugs like heroin, cocaine, methamphetamines, and to establish an addiction treatment program. Next on the docket, sex work.
Good.
You know,
Yeah,
that's
of
not what it
course.
says, but that's what I think should be next on the
No,
docket.
the docket, they have to happen at the same time. They can't
Legalize
happen
sex work?
independently.
Absolutely.
And then just to point to Kit, what you were saying about like, you know, maybe there is more that we have in common as a nation than the mainstream media and our politicians and our parties lead on. You know, I actually went through and came up with a few items where polling is on the same level as legalization of cannabis. And I found a few items here. The survey of 2,000 adults was conducted in 2019 in April, right when many states were beginning to lift some of the restrictions that they put in place. And more than 3/4 of respondents agreed that now is the right time for the country to experiment with universal health care. So that's 75%. That's pretty big. 2019 polls reported by Reuters showed that 4/5 of the country's registered voters support Green New Deal, including incredibly 2/3 of Republican voters. Most Americans, 88% overall, want to reduce the influence of large campaign donors wield over lawmakers at a time when a single congressional election may cost tens of millions of dollars. And about 4 out of 5 Americans consider taxes on the wealthy and corporations as issues that bother them
But-
as well.
By the way, can I just point everyone to back there, right there? You see that? Those are all those trees that Bernie Sanders planted growing.
Yeah.